Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You're watching United TNT and this is Kaustubh. Today's video is all about our pre-match build-up to our Everton game. We will be traveling to the new Hill Dickinson Stadium, Everton's new home. They have just left Goodison Park, the iconic Goodison Park, after over 120 years and finally moving to the new state-of-the-art Hill Dickinson Stadium. That stadium is going to be one of the stadiums that will host the UEFA Euros in the coming editions. So all this video is about the build up to our game at Everton. We will also look back at what has been happening at United. Lot of discussions around Jim Ratcliffe's comments, how United women are performing, and obviously Michael Carrick, should he be the permanent manager next season. All of this packed in this video, so please stay tuned. So first, a quick check on what is happening at United currently. I would like to begin with the immaculate performance by Manchester United women in the Champions League yesterday. Manchester United were against Atletico Madrid in the round of 16s, vying for a first ever spot in the quarterfinals. Please remember, this is the first time United is playing in the Champions League. The United team has been around the block for just 3 to 4 years. And in those 4 years, we have surely laid down the foundations of a very strong team that will challenge for a lot of titles coming through the years, right? So our tie with Atletico Madrid, we went away from home to the Atletico Madrid Women's Stadium and won that game 3-0. So we were defending a 3-0 first leg lead at home and we won the match 2-0. So an aggregate 5-0 win for Manchester United women. We have cruised past Atletico Madrid and stepping into the quarterfinal stage of the Champions League, where we will be facing Bayern Munich women. It's a strong team, but I am very sure that Mark Skriniar's team will have all the answers and all the right answers to move on to the semi-final. What a feat it will be for the Manchester United women's team. Kudos to the players and the coach for performing so well. Not just in the Champions League, by the way. We are second currently in the Women's Premier League. We are behind Manchester City, who for some reason this year have been performing really well. Otherwise, this was a league that was dominated by Chelsea women's team. For the last 6 years, they have been winning the title. And this time around, they are sitting in third, 1 point behind Manchester United women. So we are performing really well in the Premier League as well. We might not win it because the gap with Manchester City women is around 9 to 10 points and there are not a lot of games left in the season. But I think the performance by the team has been incredible. I think with the ups and downs that the Manchester United men's team is having, the women's team has been sailing through easily. 5 wins in a row. What is 5 wins in a row? They have just won 8 matches in a row. So kudos to the women's team. Second in the Premier League, quarterfinals in the Champions League. And let's not forget, we are in the 5th round of the FA Cup this weekend. We are playing against Chelsea, who are the current title holders. We were beaten by Chelsea in the last year's FA Cup final. So Manchester United women had reached the FA Cup final last year and were beaten by Chelsea, who were the eventual winners of the Premier League and the FA Cup. They did the double. And this is the time for revenge for the United women's team. And I am very sure that Mark Skriniar's team is ready and hungry to make sure that we win this game and we march on to the 6th round of the FA Cup. Come on, Manchester United women's team. I think this is the chance that we will have a trophy this season for the club. We just want a trophy, and I think Manchester United women are on track to deliver at least a trophy for this club this season. So kudos to the team. All the best for the FA Cup 5th round against Chelsea. I would want to see a win, and I'm very sure that the team will perform at its best and get us that win. So all the best, Manchester United women's team. Now, this was the positive news around Manchester United, but sadly, Manchester United is a club who keeps on dragging itself in some kind of negative news and press every other week. We were winning 4 games in a row. We drew the 5th game. The mood around the club was joyous after a very, very long time. Michael Carrick was clicking, Carrick ball was free flowing, and then came our co owner, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, with his very notorious comments about the immigration in the United Kingdom. I think those comments were not taken well by the entire country. The comments were taken very negatively. I think Sir Jim Ratcliffe had apologized and changed his comments afterwards. The club had to release a statement saying that the club supports immigration in all kinds. We have had so many players who are not English or British, and these players have gotten us so many wins, so many titles. These are the players who are actually making United what it is today. So the owner coming out and making such harsh comments about this is surely not sitting well, even with the United fans. And I think there was a pretty big backlash on social media for it. Right now, it has subdued because of the apology from Sir Jim Ratcliffe as well as Manchester United's club statement. So that is something that was not expected. And that was some negative press that we definitely did not need after what we've gone through this season. So apart from the positive, this was some of the negative news that was around Manchester United in the last 1 week. And I'm glad that we are past that. Not a cool comment, 100% against what Sir Jim Ratcliffe said, like all the other fans and all the other people who are supporting Manchester United. So yes, let's now move on from that comment. That has been said. He has apologized. It's time to move on. Time to move on to our Everton game. Coming to our squad for the Everton clash, I think the team has been training really, really well for the last 2 weeks. I've seen so many training session videos on our official app. Everyone looks fit. I think from the presser today from Michael Carrick, I could sense that Mason Mount is the only player that we might see probably becoming available from the 3 players that were out from our squad, which was Mason Mount, Matthias de Ligt, and Patrick Dorgu. Dorgu is a long-term absentee now, so there is no discussion to be had on him. De Ligt is still probably 1-2 match away from becoming fully fit, but Mason Mount is very close to return to the starting lineup or the starting squad that will travel to the Everton Stadium. Other than that, I think Harry Maguire had a slight knock in the West Ham game. However, he's been training well. He has been seen training throughout the week with all the other Manchester United players. So I think that will be a ready boost for us because of what Maguire and Martinez's chemistry that we have seen at the back of United defense is right now. So we would definitely want Maguire and Martinez to start this game as well. And other than that, I think we have a fully fit squad. And I am going for a very similar lineup or with exactly the same lineup that we had in our last 2-3 games, where Sané Lamens will start in goal, followed by Licha Martinez and Harry Maguire as our 2 centre backs, Luke Shaw on the left side and Diego Dono on the right. I still feel that Nusar Masraoui will start playing very soon in the United starting lineup. I don't know if this is the game for that, but right now I'm going with Diego Dallo. In the midfield, the 2 maestros, Casemiro, the legend, and Kobe Mainu, the upcoming star, both of them starting for our midfield again, making sure that we dominate the game yet another time and get us that win. Followed by Bruno Fernandes as our playmaker, number 10, Cunha on the left, Ahmad on the right, and then Mbeumo up top. I think as we have seen during the last 2 games, Cunha, Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes have switched places when we are playing probably against Tottenham and West Ham as well. And I think that might happen again in this game as well. But this is the predicted 11 people who will get onto the field against Everton in their new stadium and try and get us that 5th win, right? Not 6 in a row, but yes, 5th win for sure for United and cement our place in the top 4. So that's the predicted lineup that I'm going with. Let me know what you think. Now, a look at our opponents, Everton. Everton have been in good form. I would not say great form or bad form, but their form has been pretty good in the sense that in the last 5 matches, they have won two, they have drawn two, and just lost one. The loss that was 1-0 to, I think, Bournemouth in their last game, which was at home. So that was the only loss. Other than that, there were two draws and two wins. And the two wins that they had were both away from home at Aston Villa and at Fulham. Both of these two teams are very strong at home. So Everton going there and winning these games was something out of the blue. No one expected that, but they performed really well. So I think in the last 5 games, there have been very strong performances from Everton. And I think the last game that they lost to Bournemouth was not a lucky break for them. Bournemouth capitalized on some errors and they got that win. But other than that, I think Everton has been performing well. This is the second season for David Moyes. Last season, he had come back after one of his greatest spells as a Everton manager back in 2010s when he then moved to United. He got them out of the relegation battle last season. This season, he has made them chase the European spots till now. They are sitting in the 8th position. They are very well in chance of getting into the Europa Conference League or the Europa League as well. And that is something that we should be wary of. They are not a team to be taken lightly. Similarly to West Ham, they were not a team that we should have taken lightly, and we didn't. And we got to see how strong West Ham were at home. And I think the new stadium, United coming to town, is always a big game in Liverpool, and especially when Everton are playing at home, they are up for it, right? So we will have a good game. I think the only miss for Everton will be Grealish, who is out for the season, I think with a calf or a toe injury. He was one of the best sparks for Everton this season. But since he has not been featuring, there are other players who have stepped up. Drewsbury Hall, who was the scorer of the goal where they beat United at Old Trafford this season. Inoman Njai, he's a very good player. I think Gay is also a very good player. Their defense, Brothwaite, has been fantastic. I think they have good players in each position or each line of positions that we have on the field. And I think it will be a tricky opponent for us this Monday night game. But I'm hoping and I'm strongly feeling a United victory here. So let's get into the score predictions. Now for the prediction, I will tell you what I am thinking of this game to be ending in. I know it will be a United victory. I will tell you the score. But before that, I think it is important for us to look our performance against Everton in the last 5 to 10 matches, right? So in the last 5 matches, I think we have only lost once. And that was the loss that we had at Old Trafford this season, 1-0 against 10 men of Everton, which was, I don't know, like probably the worst game that Ruben Amorim had in his entire managerial stint at United. I do not understand what happened with that game and how did we end up losing that game against 10 men. And I think they went down to 10 men in the 30th or the 32nd minute. So there was plenty of time for us to at least get a draw. So I don't get what tactics Ruben Amorim was thinking in his head that would probably turn around the game, which didn't happen. So that was the only loss that we had against Everton. Other than that, in the last 5 games, we've had 2 wins and 2 draws. Before this loss, which was in 2025, the previous Premier League loss that we had against Everton was at Goodison Park, and that was back in 2021, right? So there's been a good 5-year gap that we've not lost to Everton. We did lose to them in a FA Cup match, but in the Premier League, the last loss that came against Everton was in 2021. So we've had a pretty good record against Everton. And I am very confident that with the form that we are in right now, Carrick ball will probably smash Everton out of the park, and I am going for a 2-0 victory. I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to sound over optimistic and say it will be 3-0, 4-0 thrashing. I will be happy with a 2-0 victory where we secure 3 points away from home and get our 4th position locked and loaded. And I'm hoping before that, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Chelsea's games will give us some more motivation to go at the Hill Dickinson Stadium and perform how we want to. I am going for a 2-0 victory for United, given the form that we've had against Everton and the current form that we are in right now. Let me know if you think 2-0 is what the United scoreline will be against Everton as well. So that was our preview to the Everton match at the new Hill Dickinson Stadium. Let me know your thoughts and comments. What do you think the score line would be? My prediction is 2-0, as I said earlier. The team, as predicted, has been shared by me. Please chat in the comment section to tell me if you feel that we should make any changes to the team. Once more, United Women making us proud game after game, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that we win the fifth round FA Cup tie against Chelsea women and go to the sixth round, because that will be a very big marker by Mark Skinner's team. So let's go, Man United Women. Let's get that cup home. Till then, let's wait, watch both these results, United Women and our game against Everton on Monday. And then we will be back with the post-match analysis. Till then, keep watching, keep liking, keep subscribing, and keep commenting. United TNT, ggmu.